And I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay.
It's the one you never wake up from.
You'll be getting a call from my supervisor asking how my service was.
5 stars, Angel, 5 stars.
At the core of Jordan Peele's thematic masterpiece, Nope, is the indictment of spectacle and our relationship with it. Through its character, story, and imagery, we're given a visceral look at ourselves and our obsessions with spectacle and the beast that is Hollywood. Ever heard of something so horrific you had to look? What appeals to that morbid curiosity in all of us to gaze upon tragedy, death, or exploitation? At what cost are we participating in the commodifying of living, breathing things? It seems so much of our lives, from the moment we pick our phones up in the morning to the moment we sit it down just before bed, there's an appetite in us that craves a hit of dopamine, that pleasure chemical in all of us that tells us we're having fun. The scary truth is, what happens when we apply having fun to everything? So much so that watching a guy get shot in a movie is no different than watching a guy get shot in real life. God damn, that's pretty dark. But Jordan Peele appeals to my film nerd sensibilities, so I love leaving a movie theater and thinking shit like this. It's actually healthy. Nope is the rare blockbuster that comes along and engages with its audience on an intellectual level and still delivering the type of spectacle we go to the movies for. If I sound hyperbolic in my reaction to this film, then good, because that's pretty much how the rest of this video is going to go. Nope stars Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer as siblings OJ and Emerald Hayward. After the untimely and mysterious passing of their father, the two siblings struggle to keep his legacy alive. That is until OJ one night notices a UFO. Seeing this as an opportunity to save their father's legacy, the Hayward siblings decided to capture this unidentified object on video in hopes that it would bring them fortune. Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya's chemistry is undeniable. They're given some really good ass performances and they complement one another, and thus it leads to this sort of, relatable and endearing bond that I immediately felt. Emerald could care less about her father's legacy because, to be quite honest, he left her out of it. On the other hand, OJ has been embedded in his father's legacy, right? It's both an honor and a burden for him to be a part of it, and so he really can't let it go. Through this conflict between the two, Jordan Peele quickly establishes how important family and bond is to these characters, and so it makes their story compelling. Jordan Peele this time around is given a much larger budget for this movie, and so that results in this being his longest film to date, his most technically impressive film, and dare I say it, the most fun. Cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytma captures some very truly breathtaking and terrifying imagery throughout this entire movie. This is really like some old school visual storytelling that just seems so rare nowadays. If Jordan Peele does anything perfect, it is visual storytelling. I mean, film is a visual medium, visual being the key word. In the light of, lazy shit like Thor, Love and Thunder, Nope comes around to revive the summer blockbuster season. The way that he films the UFOs moving in and out of clouds, the beautiful night scenes. I mean, his DP actually deployed a pretty nifty trick to pull that off. The haunting image of a girl's shoe standing eerily upright after a massacre, or the Hayward Ranch home, like every shot that home was in, I mean, I was getting like haunted house vibes. It just looked amazing what he was able to do with just that house. I mean, damn, this might be the best looking film of 2022. Can I just have a minute to revel in the fact that a black man created a unique and awe-inspiring retelling of an American staple? A UFO film that sees black leads being heroic and discovering the unknown in the only way that black people can. Bruh. American cinema can sometimes feel so tamed compared to everything else. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out foreign films, or better yet, check out anime. If you like anime, you're gonna like the shit that goes down in this movie. It gets absurd. Nope's narrative structure will throw some audiences off, I think. I mean, look, just don't expect, a tight narrative like, he had in Get Out, or even a big, huge, ambitious twist like he did in Us. Nope is very much an original experience. This isn't a horror per se, but I mean, some scary shit does happen in this movie. One scary ass scene is a monkey mauling the shit out of people. That shit was so exceptionally crafted. It had the audience in that mug clutching their chest. With this movie, and I guess you can say every other movie, Peele really does encourage the audience to think about what they're actually watching, to read between the lines, right? To engage with this movie differently. This isn't as welcoming of passive viewing like his previous two films. I mean, you can still watch this and enjoy the performances, enjoy the spectacle, and enjoy, some of the scary shit that happens in this movie, because those elements are really good and well crafted. But I just think that if that's all you do, right, I think, you might walk away from this with like sort of a unsatisfied experience. I mean, I don't know. It really depends on you. It's like the dude deliberately placed certain shots in the previews to invite our curiosity, only to cleverly deny us the gratification of all of our theorizing and obsessing over expectations, just to tell us nope. God damn. I love a good subvertive narrative, right? I mean, and if you guys don't see the brilliance in that, I can't help you. Nope, I believe, is so thematically rich. I mean, it explores, legacy through the Hayward siblings. And then it explores exploitation through the film's motifs, which are horses. Through Stephen Ewan's fucked up character and through his very strong performance, we kind of get a look at the commodification of trauma or childhood trauma, when consumed by the Hollywood machine. Hollywood is like the epicenter of spectacle, right? And I think, Jordan Peele makes that point pretty clear through this film. And if you ever listen to his interviews, he always talks about how he wants to make movies about things that scare him. And so I feel like with this film, maybe what scares Jordan Peele is, his ambitions, maybe him wanting to be a part of that Hollywood machine and what it could do to him, because, hey man, there is a cost if you want to make it in Hollywood, right? And not everybody can pay that. You see what I'm saying? Ambition does not come without risk. I think immediately about Will Smith and all the media attention he and his family has gotten in the past few months. It's no surprise that black men for a long time has always been the horse, so to speak, exploited and abused for amusement and labor. Will Smith is one of many in Hollywood who respects the machine and has played by its rules and has made himself a spectacle in exchange for fame and fortune. He has achieved success. He's also carefully constructed this near perfect image of himself. He was loved by audiences and Hollywood until he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock on live TV at the Academy Awards. And suddenly, Will Smith became the vicious black man who lashed out in anger over a harmless joke. He was banned from the Oscars for 10 years and pretty much thrown under the bus by many of his peers, and he was berated by the same audience who loved him up until that moment. This is not me feeling sorry for Will Smith. He'll be fine. But I do, however, empathize with the emotional toll one man must endure in order to be him. It's enough to make anyone break. So yes, I mean, there is a dark side to Spectacle, but there's also a light side to it, right? And it can be described as the moments that we experience sitting in a movie theater. While being an indictment of Hollywood, Nope is also a celebration of the people that inhabit it, of the people who are responsible for creating some of your fondest memories of cinema. In so many neat and clever ways, Jordan Peele pays homage to, some of the best stories in cinema and to the black man who started it all. Finding the human nature in the supernatural is something Jordan Peele continues to excel at, and Nope is no different, right? I honestly think I'm going to call this my favorite film of the year, right? I'm this close. I'm this close, or I was that close to calling this better than Get Out, but I can't do that, man. Just off GP. Go in the comments and let your boy know, on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rate Nope? Leave your short review in the comments below. Click that video you see on the screen right now and check out more of your boy's content. Drop a like and subscribe, and the next film you watch, I hope it encourages, inspires, and entertains. Thanks for watching.